Need for Speed Underground 2 had the best video game soundtrack of all time. Objectively, you cannot argue this. The soundtrack for this game is absolutely stacked with bangers. I mean, every song on this is an absolute banger. How many games can you say that about today? Now, I can't actually play any of these songs in the video, so you're gonna have to enjoy my cover of them instead. Sorry in advance. Okay, let's start off with a song that everybody remembers. Snoop Dogg, Riders on the Storm. So it's all like, Riders on the Storm, ride, ride, ride. And then Snoop Dogg comes in and he's like, coastin', toaster roastin'. It's so good, dude. It's a classic. This song alone is like reason enough to call this game the best video game soundtrack. Okay, then you have I Do by Chingy. It was all like, I do ride Bentleys and coupes, I don't give away all my loot. And it's all like, ride less than 20 inches, I don't, but I do. Okay, then we had Sly Boogie, That's My Name. Sly Boogie, that's my name, Now the West Coast ain't the same, I keep funking it up. LAX by Exhibit. It's so frustrating, so many hating, somebody gonna make me break the law. But I ain't waiting, there's no escaping, you better get ready for the war. Okay, then we had Lean Back, Do the Rockaway. I lean back, I lean back. Yeah, you guys know all these. If you played the game, you definitely remember these songs. It had Queens of the Stone Age in there, In My Head. So keep on playing our favorite song. Turn it up while you're gone. It's all I've got when you're in my head. And you're in my head, so I need it. Then we had Determined by Mudvayne, which is so high energy. It's one that's like, yeah, I'm so fucking determined. Yeah. So high energy, like it gets you so pumped. Okay, and then we had Crashing Foreign Cars. And there's a sucker born every other minute, Lord, and he deserves you more. You know I'll only crash this car. And then they had Black Betty, the Spider-Bait cover. Oh, Black Betty, blam, blam. Oh, Black Betty, blam, blam. Black Betty got a job. And then Nobody by Skindred. Nobody gets out alive. There's so many good songs on this soundtrack. This is the game, like, you just don't skip. You just don't skip a song, like, while you're playing. And the greatest part about the soundtrack is it complements the gameplay so much. Like, it gets you pumped and it gives you energy. Like, you're so in the game and you're like so focused on winning the race, and the song just like amplifies that. Like, it's the last lap, you're barely in first, second is trailing behind, and it's just like, let's go, I'm so fucking determined. Like, newer games have soundtracks that just don't do it for me like this game. Like, take Need for Speed Heat. Need for Speed Heat was a good game, I thought. I really liked it. But the soundtrack wasn't it. I hardly recognized any of the songs. Like, I didn't know any of the songs prior to playing the game. None of them were very hype or got me hyped to play the game. They were all kind of chill, which is okay. And it didn't feel like there were very many songs either. The same thing with the newest one, Need for Speed Unbound. It's like the same thing. And of course, you can't make a video about the best video game soundtrack without at least mentioning the Tony Hawk games. I know for a lot of people that was their favorite video game soundtrack, and they're definitely up there for me as well. Now, the first game I think is probably most people's favorite, so let's take a look at that one real quick. This one had songs like Police Truck by the Dead Kennedys, Jerry Was a Race Car Driver by Primus, Psychovision by Suicidal Tendencies, but the one that everybody remembers and probably most people's favorite was Superman by Goldfinger. So here I am, doing everything I can, holding on to what I have, pretending I'm a Superman. Okay, so I want to talk about my personal favorite Tony Hawk game music soundtrack. And for me, that was Tony Hawk's Project 8. This one had some absolute bangers like I Hate the Radio, Social Suicide, Punk Rock Girl, Zoo York City, 'Cause I Can, Plastic Passion, Chase the Devil, Your Little Hood Rat Friend, American Life, I Wanna Live, Angel of Death, Without Warning, Ice Cream Headache, Woman, At the Helm, Moving at the Speed of Life, and many, many others that were just absolute bangers. For me, this whole soundtrack was really good, and it's another one that I didn't skip songs because it was just everyone was a banger. Tony Hawk's Project 8 might be my favorite, like my absolute favorite video game soundtrack. I don't know, it gives me such nostalgia. But if I'm thinking about it objectively, like which game has just the best songs, like not to me personally, but just the best songs overall, it's gotta be Need for Speed Underground 2. So let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Which video game do you think has the best soundtrack? Were there any songs that I didn't mention that you remember from these games? Were there any games that I didn't mention that you think had a really good soundtrack or even a better soundtrack? And what was your favorite song from these games? Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this little nostalgia trip with me. Thank you very much for watching, and please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!